Hey guys, I know that you probably never noticed, but a glass is female and a mug is male. Now, it's hard to wrap your head around, but it's actually true, at least in the Czech language. By now, you've probably noticed that Czech makes real mess out of grammatical genders, and that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. Every noun has a gender, and unlike in English, the gender is mostly not very logical. So, for example, a house, dům. In English, that would be it would be neuter, is a masculine noun. A river, řeka, is a feminine noun. And a puppy, štěně. That's the same as in English, it's a neuter noun. However complicated it might sound, it is necessary to know what gender a noun is, because the gender actually affects how we use the noun in the sentence. And for example, it affects what ending we use in different cases, and also what form of an adjective we use in combination with this noun. As English, Czech has three grammatical genders: male, female, and neuter. You can clearly see it in personal pronouns on, ona, ono, which means he, she, it. You also can see it in demonstrative pronouns, so if you point at somebody or something and you say that, in Czech you would say ten, tato. Depending on what gender the thing or a person you are pointing at belongs to. Now, this demonstrative ten, tato is actually a useful tool when you are learning the gender of a noun. So in some more difficult cases, you might want to learn the noun together with the pronoun. So you learn not only the word, like for example pes, which means a dog, but you would learn ten pes, so you know which gender it belongs to. With human animate nouns, it's quite logical. So for example, a man, muž, is he, so you would say ten muž. A woman is she, obviously, so you would say ta žena. Similarly, you'd say ten bratr, otec, syn, ta sestra, matka, dcera, and so on. So basically, if you know what the word means, you know the gender. Understandably, there are not many neuter human nouns. An obvious one would be dítě, which means a child. And also there is a word for girl that belongs to the neuter gender, and it is děvče. But that's not very commonly used. Czech very often distinguishes between genders in occupations, nationalities, and other categories, and it changes the gender of the noun by a suffix. So most of the time there is a masculine noun that changes into a feminine noun. For example, učitel is a teacher who's a man, and učitelka is a teacher who's a woman. A friend is kamarád, if it is a man or a boy, and kamarádka, it's a friend if it is a woman or a girl. Patient is pacient or pacientka. Colleague is kolega or kolegyně. Most of the times it's these two endings that change the gender of the human masculine noun into its feminine variants, and it is ka and kyně. The ka ending is actually the most common one. Now, why a teacher, učitel, is a masculine noun if the person who has this occupation is a man is quite logical. But why a table is a masculine noun, there is really no logic here. We are getting to the realm of non-human nouns, and these are just horribly confusing. So, for example, the moon is ten měsíc, so it's masculine. Láska, love, is feminine. And město, which is a town, is a neuter. Now, it looks like a total mess, doesn't it? But don't worry, there are some rules that help determine what gender a specific noun belongs to. So most non-human masculine nouns end in a consonant. That would be h-h-k-r-d-t-n, ž-š-č-r-c-j-d-t-n, b-f-l-m-p-s-v-z. There you go. Those are the consonants in the Czech language. So, for example, podzim, hrad, dům, počítač, krokodýl, jazyk. Most feminine nouns end in a, e, and also they often have the ending ost, which is similar to English ness, like in weakness. So, for example, zima, růže, cesta, rychlost, revoluce, žirafa. And finally, most neuter nouns end in o and e. Like, for example, léto, letadlo, štěstí, přání, pivo, tělo. Now, these rules help a lot, but there are a host of exceptions. For example, we said that most nouns ending in a, e are feminine. However, there are some neuter nouns like, for example, moře or slunce. Also, we said that most nouns ending in consonants are masculine, but again, there's, for example, ta kolej or ta noc, which would be feminine. And these are exactly the nouns that you need to learn with the demonstrative ten, ta, to, so that you remember the gender that they belong to. Now, going back to masculine nouns, there's an interesting element in this grammar, and that is the difference between animate and inanimate masculine nouns. You remember that at the beginning we talked about animate human nouns, meaning nouns that somehow refer to people like řidič, učitel, pacient, kamarád, and so on. Now, they are a part of a bigger group, which is animate nouns. And animate nouns most of the time refer to living things, like people and animals, but also to imaginary creatures, like, for example, drak, which is a dragon, or duch, which is a ghost. And also things that are somehow personified, like sněhulák, that would be a snowman. The difference between animate and inanimate nouns happens only in masculine nouns, and recognizing which group a particular noun belongs to helps decide which pattern it follows while we use it in different grammatical cases. And also it changes the ending of the plural form of the noun. And here the difference between animate and inanimate masculine nouns probably is the most visible, because in plural the animate masculine nouns most of the time take suffixes i, ové, and e. So, for example, muž and muži, pán, pánové, drak, draci, kolega, kolegové. And most inanimate masculine nouns take, in plural, suffixes i, e. For example, hrad, hrady, úspěch, úspěchy, jazyk, jazyky, měsíc, měsíce. Alright, so I think that this is enough for one day, and we could definitely go much deeper and talk about a lot of exceptions to the rules that we've just talked about, and I do think that these will be really nice topics for other videos. But for today, let us finish here, and I really hope you enjoyed the video, at least as I did. And do not forget to tune in next time, because we're going to talk about something interesting again. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.